1, and we're live. What is going on, everyone? First off, everybody that's popping in at this time, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with little old me. Anybody that's coming in after or watching the stream on the replay, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Today was rough. No Anthony Davis. We didn't have AD playing today, so that hurt. That was not good, especially playing the team with the biggest front court in the league. You know, like anytime that happens, usually not a good sign of getting a W. Now we fall to 0-5. Just not good. Not good. There were some bright spots, and we'll dive into some of those bright spots. I also do have a special guest coming on here shortly. But nonetheless, it just it sucks. Turnovers killed us. Turnovers were rough. That's just, you're not going to win turning the ball over. It's just how it is, right? So, but real quick, them damn turnovers. Yeah, I'm with you. Turnovers were rough. Pain. Yes, I feel it. Troy Brown should start going forward. He was great tonight. He was one of the bright spots. Troy Brown was fantastic for us tonight. I really liked what I saw with Troy Brown. Man, oh man, I know, I feel it. Today sucked. Russ sucked. Damian Jones has no footwork. Street clothes. AD is soft. Can't play. Braun wasn't at his best, but played good. Russ didn't suck today, but he wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. He scored 8 straight points for us in the first half. He was better in the first half than the second half. He kind of sucked in the second half. First half, he was really good. But yeah, turnovers. He had 5 turnovers, something like that. Can't have that. We had 22 turnovers or something like that this game. You're not winning turning the ball over. We had 22 turnovers. Russ with 5. You had Troy Brown had 4. That's not good. LeBron had 3. Jones had 3. I don't like that we played small down the stretch. Like, I think we should have played Damian Jones or Winning Gabriel, because we gave up so many easy buckets to Rudy Gobert, and it just I know playing Damian Jones or playing Winning Gabriel probably wouldn't have been great as far as floor spacing, but every time we'd get a bucket, they'd go down, they just throw it up to Rudy and he'd go get it, or he'd crash the glass, get the offensive rebound, put it back up. We did do a better job of team rebounding. I did like that. We did good. Westbrook is trash, so trash. It wasn't all on Westbrook today. We can't blame Westbrook for everybody. NBA ordered them not to blow us out, I guess. What team is most of a disappointment? Lakers or Rams? Lakers for sure. Make a trade, Palika. Yeah, we got to do something. Got to shake something up. Something stinks. Yeah. Braun shot 9 of 24. Yeah, not getting it done. Lakers had 11 more turnovers was the bottom line. They had 22 turnovers in this game. That's tough. 10 to 24 actually. Yeah, still not getting it done. All games have been somewhat close. That's the only bright spot takeaway is that you have all the game, we're not getting smacked. All the games were at least in them. Pat Bev was awful. Agreed. The Lakers are horrible. This team is just ultra bad. They just are. They're small. That's the problem. We played the one game we needed Anthony Davis more than anything. This is the game, and this is the game he didn't play. So that sucks. Turnovers lost the Lakers the game. No matter who you are, you're not winning with 11 turnovers. I agree 100%. Now, hang on 1 second. Let me, there we go. Let me try this. Okay. Sorry. Trying to multitask here. Hang on. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Trying to multitask. There we go. All right. Let's see. Hang on. All right. Not a bad game. I am not mad. We are making some positive changes. We are. It's just this is a game we really needed Anthony Davis. This was rough. But real quick, got a special guest for you all today. as everyone trickles in. I do, for those that don't know, I do a show over on As It Stands, the Lakers show. I know many of you are subscribed over there. If you're not subscribed to that channel, go subscribe to that channel. That link is in the description. Trying to grow that channel over there too. We do live stream shows and then do clips and stuff. And my co-host over there, Jake.
Hey,
What's going on, Jake?
what is going on?
Yeah. So real quick, again, for those that don't know, we do a show together over on As It Stands, the Lakers show. We do that every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Usually we're doing a live stream at this time over on that channel, but I was like, hey, let's do the post game. Let's try to get some new subscribers over there because we're trying to grow that channel. So I invited him on to come over here. Again, link in the description of this live stream. Head on over there and subscribe. What's going on, Jake? How are you?
Good. I mean, I wish I could say it was better. Tough loss. Loss.
This was, yeah, to put it lightly, this was a tough loss.
Yeah.
But real quick, diving right into it, what were some of your key positives and negative takeaways?
So key positives. You know what's funny? We've been saying, all right, let's shoot more than 20% from the three, right? We've been saying that. Let's shoot more than 25%, right? So tonight they shot, I believe, 32%, which is not bad. You know, we've been asking for 30 to 35%. So they fixed that. I believe they actually I'm not sure if they out rebounded or they came close. I know they came closer to the rebounds in the rebound column. So that was a big plus too. They did get out rebounded crazy. So that was a big plus. I don't want to put the entire loss around the subject, but we can't ignore the elephant in the room. No AD equals, I feel like, a game like this. Like LeBron's biggest help was his scapegoat. You know what I mean? Like Russell was his biggest help on the court in terms of scoring. You know what I mean? In terms of actually putting points on the board is which we needed. So it was a game until we were like, we fixed the errors that we've been playing with like all like season, you know, like the rebounding issue, those too many threes. We still shot 40 threes, I believe, which is a lot. But could you imagine if we would have at least dropped 10 of those? It's 30 points. You know what I mean?
We shot 30 or 29 threes, I think.
29. Okay. Yeah. But my thing is like I wish we could have at least let, you know, or at least got more of those to fall. But I think the reason we lost this game is because we didn't have AD. If AD was playing this game, that would have been that second scoring option that we needed to kind of win this game, because pretty much LeBron had to carry the entire team. You know what I mean? But he's been doing that his whole career. But I think that's the reason, you know, because I don't necessarily think that Westbrook coming off the bench, like I liked it, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it, and I think we should continue that. But we need AD. So what you did is, I feel like you added a positive, but you also had a negative, unfortunately, because the AD's back. So yeah. That's tough. Well, but I will.
It would have helped with size too.
Yeah.
You know, like that was the big problem. Also, is that, you know, like especially down the stretch there, we had Russ guarding Rudy. You know, we had to have Russ, like, he's sitting there trying to front Rudy, who's like half his size. And, like, that's not good. Where if, like, we had AD and the game was close, at least you would have had AD to kind of match up with Rudy, could have had LeBron on Towns, and it just would have changed a lot of the aspects of it. Problem is that, like, we couldn't go big. I would have liked to see them go with Damian Jones or Winning Gabriel. Like, I know Winning Gabriel's got is a little small, but he was pretty effective tonight, especially grabbing rebounds and, like, you know, just the energy. The problem was we didn't have like that size that we needed, you know, and that was because of the lack of AD being out. Where I think if we did, I agree with you. If we did have Anthony Davis, I think we would have won. Today. I do.
Oh, hands down. I mean, that right there would have been the scoring difference we needed to just pull ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What are some negatives that you didn't like about today?
I see. As weird as it is, I don't really have too many other than the guys. So the guys surrounding, outside of like LeBron, Russell, Walker, like even Walker didn't have a great game, but outside of those guys, you got to put up more points on the board. You know, get those easy, you know, transition buckets. Got to run the fast break. I just got to get the easy buckets when we can. Instead of shooting 29 threes, just step in maybe 1 or 2 feet from the mid range. I mean, if you're open, like you said, shoot the three ball if you're open. But if it's a contested, if you have a little bit of room between you and the defender, if you know you can't hit from that range that consistently, just step in a couple feet and you might knock it down. You know what I mean? Because it's just like there's no shame in the mid-range game. Yeah, we don't get an extra point, but you have a higher percentage of making that bucket. So I would rather take almost a guarantee 2 versus a maybe 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would like to kind of just see them step in a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I think Nunn's been kind of hearing the criticism. He put up 9 points, so wasn't as bad. But yeah, Damian Jones.
Turnovers, 22 turnovers is not going to cut it. That's something else
Yeah.
that we can't have. It's unacceptable. 22 turnovers. You're not winning games with 22 turnovers. So that's something that we definitely gotta figure out and kind of sew up a little bit here. And then Troy Brown Jr. This was his third game back, second game back, something like that. And he was solid. Shot 40%, 4 of 6 from 3. He had 4 turnovers, which was rough. But he was solid defensively, knocking down some shots. I like that. I like what I saw from him. I really like him going forward. But just the lack of AD really, really hurt this team tremendously.
Especially with Jones' production, like you said, not gonna.
Yeah.
3 points.
Yeah.
I mean, the rebounds were huge, but 3 points.
The problem is like Damian Jones is the guy that you bring in, you put in for 10 minutes a game and just have him kind of, be a high energy center. He's not a guy that if you're resting heavy minutes on is usually a bad sign. But yeah, it's one of those things. It was a rough game. All in all, but real quick, let's jump into the chat. Buddy had 25, Miles Turner had nearly 30, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks. Yes, they had a solid game today, definitely. I still don't think the two of them fixed all of our issues. Like I said, we need several guys. Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, will they help? Sure, of course they'll help. I just don't think that I don't know if they're going to completely turn everything around. We need multiple shooters, multiple guys that can knock down shots, not just one. Obviously he'd help, but we need more than that. Lonnie sucked too. Yeah, Lonnie was had a rough game shooting wise. He's still solid defensively though. But yeah, he just couldn't get it going early. He sort of picked it up a little better later on. Should have took Russ out of the fourth quarter, shaking my head. To put in who? Nobody else was
not
doing
in this
anything
game.
good.
No.
Yeah, Russ was actually playing solid defense. He was better in the first half than he was in the second half. But who were we supposed to put in over Russ today? Nobody else was really doing anything.
Not to mention Russ, he was your second highest scorer on the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and you're hoping Russ could generate those quick fast break points. But yeah, it's just no, usually I agree. You should take Russ out, stuff like that. But in this game, who are you taking out? You're taking Russ out and put in Damian Jones and winning Gabriel? Who are you putting in? 6-17 missed all his free throws down the stretch in the fourth quarter. 5 turnovers, not great. At least he scored decently. Look, like I said, he had a better first half than the second half. He fell off a lot in the second half. His second half was rough because he had what? He had 10 points or something like that at halftime, and went on an 8-0 run by himself in that second half, and was a huge catalyst, especially starting off slow. He just did it. I felt like he wasn't as aggressive in the second half as he was in the first half because he started the game 0 of 4, and it was oh man, here we go. Here's a shit Russ game. Come on, dude. Pick it up. And then he picked it up and he finished the half 4 of 7. So I was oh, okay, cool. There we go. We got that. Got 8 straight points. Helped the Lakers crawl back into the game. I was cool. And then in the second half, I felt like he wasn't as aggressive as he was in the first half. I felt like he took more shots, but they weren't the same kind of shots. In the first half, he was taking good shots. He was getting to the hoop. He was attacking. He was aggressive. Where the second half he took like, 2 or 3 too many threes. Like there was one where, which I don't understand this, but like Patrick Beverly had an open three in the corner and pump faked it and then passed it to Westbrook to shoot the open three. Like, shoot the ball. Like, I'd rather you shoot the ball and miss it than give it to Westbrook and hope.
I mean, career-wise, Beverly's a better shooter than Westbrook anyway.
Like,
how do you feel about Russ coming off the bench though? How do you feel? You think that's a game plan we should stick to?
Yeah, I do. I think,
but just not when AD's out though. Maybe, I don't know.
No, I still think with AD out, I think Russ off the bench. I don't think that they'll play Russ and LeBron as much as they did today with AD out. And like Russ was pretty good in the spots where like he didn't have LeBron, and I'm hoping that can continue to translate. My hope is that you give Russ like 10 to 15 minutes a game to just kind of just orchestrate the second unit and kind of like just let him play a little bit. I think could really help this team. But yeah, he really fell off in the second half. We needed him to play. We needed him to play like he did towards the end of the first half.
Yeah.
If he played like that the whole game, I think we might have been able to win this game. But he kind of fell off. And like I said, I felt like he wasn't aggressive. I felt like he wasn't taking the same quality of shots as he did in the first half, which he's got to do a better job with shot selection. He really does.
Yeah.
5 turnovers. He was been really good on turnovers up until this game. He had he had 1 turnover in the last 2 games he played. I'm not saying he can't turn the ball over because obviously you got to turn the ball over, right? But he needs to keep it somewhere in the 2 to 3 range to be more effective. But can't even trust Russ on a fast break anymore unless it's only him running. Yeah, I mean he's kind of a one-man fast break. Bad call going small at the end. That's on the coach. Yeah, I agree. I think even if you got killed with Damian Jones, I think you could have at least had the defense of like, look, like what was I supposed to do? Go small, against the biggest front court in the league. Like I wish that they would have went bigger. Like the Buddy and Turner stats, I did too. They were great today, but I still don't think that they saved the team. Can't shoot and rebound and we turn the ball over. We were better rebounding today, though. We did a better job of just team rebounding, which that needs to continue going forward.
First game all season that we actually out-rebounded them. So.
Yeah, and I felt like we did a good, solid job on the boards, especially without AD.
And that's why I say there was a lot of positives in this game. We shot better from 3. We got more rebounds. I mean, it's just, but you took away a key component.
This is the best Westbrook can play, and it's not good. That's the problem. I don't know if that's the best thing, but he played better against the Warriors. Like, if he could play like he did against the Warriors every game, then he'd be great for us. But he hasn't. He had that one game, and that's kind of it. I don't like Pat Bev's ball handling the ball. Yeah, his decision making is bad too. Like I said, he had that one play where like he got the ball, he's wide open, and instead of shooting it, he pump fakes so the defender goes by, and I thought he was going to like step in or something, but instead he dribbles out and then passes it to Westbrook for an open 3. And I was like, you had the open 3, shoot it. Like, I'd rather you shoot the ball and miss than, give it to Russ who's shooting, 20% from 3. Not saying Pat Bev isn't shooting 20% for 3 either, but, like maybe you knock down 1 or 2 and you get going. Like, so playing small is a mess. You don't play 6-6 winning versus one of the best efforts. The problem is we don't have like winning is the biggest, and he's 6'9", but like he's about as big as we got right now, other than Damian Jones. Dude, I'm done with them until the franchise shows me they want better. What is there to do better though? Like what is out there right now? Like the only deal that we know that's on the table right now is Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. They want both first, and I don't think that saves this team. Like, would it make them better? Sure. I absolutely think it'd make them better, but I don't think it's something that like would completely save the season. I still don't think because
No.
one 3-point shooter is not going to save us. We need several guys to start knocking down and hitting shots.
Yeah.
Again, first half we were pretty good. We shot 36% from three in the first half, and then just went away. That we had another rough third quarter. We let them get out. They built like a 10-point lead or whatever. We got to do better coming in those third quarters. Those third quarters just are backbreakers, and then we're playing catch up, and it's like, where if we started solid, like we 2 games in a row, we finished the first half brilliantly. We were down the stretch, we fought back, we got into the game, we finished with the tie. All right, clean slate, all is good. Let's get back into like the game mode, and they just didn't do it.
Yeah, so something happens where we like fall apart at halftime, and I don't know if it's conditioning, if the guys are getting tired. I don't know, but or if Davenham kind of switches up the game plan instead of going what he did in like the second quarter to get us tied up or to get us back in the game. I don't know if he switches it up a little bit too. But I think you're right. I think we're definitely a first half team, but we need to be a second half team as well.
We need to be a 48-minute team. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Why didn't Matt Ryan play when he's our best shooter? I never thought these boys were going to win. Because, Matt Ryan, defensively, you lose a lot, and he's not consistent enough from what we've seen. I don't really blame him for not playing Matt Ryan, to be honest, especially in this game. Maybe get him a little bit of burn and see what can happen. But, it's just the problem. The problem today was just size. We had lack of size. It's over. I don't know if it's over yet, but it's getting there.
It's time to do something. Remember what I said? I said 0-5.
Yeah, we gotta. This is not good, And then we play Sunday against Denver. We lose to Denver. Now we're 0-6. It's like,
Denver this year or whatever, but Denver period is not an easy team to beat. So
that's what I'm saying.
Especially again, if we lose like again to Denver,
it's just that's the thing. Like we gotta, at some point you gotta start doing something. If you're Rob and the Lakers, like at this rate, you can't wait 20 games. You can't.
How much of this do you put on Rob Pelinka too? Like are you not necessarily shifting blame, but do you think that he could have done more to surround LeBron and AD with the players?
This offseason, no, because there wasn't anybody. Like we got basically everyone we could have signed. Like everybody that we could have. This free agency was terrible. Like outside of like Porter Jr., who went to Toronto, and the whole reason he went to Toronto was for his wife. Like he said he went to Toronto. So nobody outside of Toronto had a chance to get him. And then, Bruce Brown, like maybe we could have gotten. And other than that, who else was there? Like Gary Payton II, like he's not helping with our needs right now. So I just think, I think Rob got everybody he could have this offseason. The thing is just a trade. Like, could they have like worked out some sort of trade, some sort of deal to maybe improve this team? Possibly, but like everything we saw, it wasn't worth it, and I say it all the time, like no trade is better than a bad trade, and I still believe that, because the thing is like the grass isn't always greener, and if like say we do the Buddy Hield to Miles Turner deal, say Rob's like, we got to try to save the season, fine, we'll take Buddy Hield to Miles Turner both first, and we do the deal, and let's say we still go, let's say we win 1 or 2 games out of the next 10, and we're still terrible. Now you're stuck. That's it.
Yeah.
Like there's no way to fix it because now
I don't think Jeannie wants that to happen either. I don't think Jeannie wants to send Russ.
I don't think she does either. I think, at some point you just say, all right, fine. Like, we'll just let this season ride and we get the cap space and we have the assets and we could try to build a better team next offseason. The problem is though, is that there's not a ton of like great, free agents next season either.
Yeah.
You got a handful of free agents outside of like a handful of free agents. Like that's basically it, and you're not going to be able to get all of them. So like maybe you could get like, let's say best case scenario, let's say this offseason you could get like, you know, Bojan Bogdanovic, Miles Turner, and like, you know, I don't know, like Gary Trent Jr., right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that'd be great. Like you have a really good starting five, but like you have again your same issue, no depth, a lot of injury questions. Like you're still in kind of the same boat, and that's the problem. Is like unless they do a trade that brings back several pieces, like unless you're combining like the Spurs and the Pacers deal or something like
Yeah.
that, you're getting like four guys back that can help you now and for the future. Then it's just like you're nothing. It's not nothing's gonna save you. Like Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, like they might make things better, but they're not gonna make it that much better. You know what I mean? Like I don't think we're all of a sudden we got Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, we're a contender. Like I just we have too many issues. I mean, granted, maybe some fresh blood comes in, changes the tides. Miles Turner or Buddy Hield knocks down a couple threes. Maybe that allows a couple other people to knock down a couple threes. Maybe they see the ball go in the hoop a couple times and they're like, okay, like we can do it. Like maybe it brings a new energy or something. But I think the problem is that like we're not hitting shots. I think Austin Reeves needs to shoot more. Austin Reeves is the only player we have that's shooting 40% from three right now. He's shooting like 41, 42%. The problem is he just doesn't take enough. Like he's only taking
and his shot selection is arguably like it's really high up there. It's like I feel like his decision making is high up there with like obviously like AD and stuff like that. I just feel like he's a smarter player than a lot of the other players that we have on our team.
He is. He's a really solid player. And yeah, I mean, even today he was what was he? He was like he was 4 or 5 from the field and 2 or 3 from three. Like they need to get him more looks. Like I'd like to see him shoot like 5 or 6 threes a game, like minimum, because like he's hands down he's been our best 3-point shooter and our most consistent. So like why not call a couple more plays for him? Again, Troy Brown Jr. looked great today. I really liked what I saw from him. Other than the 4 turnovers, that can't happen, especially from a guy that's essentially a catch and shoot guy. But nonetheless, I still really liked what I saw from him. Like if guys can start stepping out, we can kind of find pieces. But like also the thing about a trade, and this is also why I think we need to do we need several pieces and not just 1 or 2, is because say we get the Hornets deal, right? We get, let's say, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, and Kelly Oubre, right? Well, there's your starters with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The problem is we have a bunch of guys that could be really good bench players, but they're not starting caliber play. They're not guys that like you want to build your team around. They're guys that like Troy Brown, like Walker, Beverly, like guys like that. Those guys would be great if they were, the second unit off the bench, right? Because right now we're asking guys that are usually the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th option on teams to be the 2nd or 3rd option on this team. And it's just like they're just not capable of that because they're not those guys. So maybe a guy like Walker, maybe one day he can develop a new guy. I like what I've seen from him, but like he's putting up like 15 a game. He didn't this game, but last 2 games he's put up at least 15. Like if he could be that guy off the bench, then now we got a guy that's 15 a game off the bench. Not counting Dennis Schroeder, not counting Austin Reeves, so I mean, like if we could get a deal, like we need a trade to get some starting caliber players. We have great depth if we get some starting caliber guys. Because like I said, if we had a starting lineup of like Rozier, Hayward, LeBron, Davis, and like Kelly Oubre, or if you want to play Reeves or whatever, great. Now you got like a legit starting 5. You got 5 guys that could be legit.
And a deep bench.
Yeah. And now you got a real bench. Now you got, Schroeder and, all these guys, Walker, Beverly, Thomas Bryant.
And you got Pat Bev coming off the bench.
You got all these guys to be like really like you'd be a very good team. Problem is we have bench guys needing to play a starting role because now if you have a 5 unit, now you're not asking Walker to be your third best player every night. You're asking him to be your fifth or sixth best player. So now the pressure on him isn't there. Like he can just kind of go and do his thing. If he has a good night, great. If he has a bad night, it's not a big deal because you got guys. We need guys that are proven in this league. Like, and that's why, I think the Hornets deal is the best deal because you're getting 3 guys that are proven for several years. The only concern is like Hayward injury history. The Spurs deal is another good one. I don't think the Spurs deal is bad. Again, gives you 3 guys that are proven. But I think McDermott is a better bench player than he would be a starter. Josh Richardson definitely could be a starter. Jakob Poeltl could definitely be a starter. But we'd also get a trade exception. So if we get a trade exception, maybe you could use that. Maybe you could use that trade exception. I would personally, and this is just me, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So if we traded the Spurs, if we took Richardson, McDermott, and Jakob Poeltl, we'd get like an $11 to $14 million trade exception, something like that. Let's just call it $14 million, right?
Yeah.
But if we don't take Jakob Poeltl, we just took Richardson, McDermott, then we have like a $21 million trade exception. Would you rather take the center and get the like $14 million trade exception, or would you rather get the bigger $21 million trade exception and try to use that to maybe go get a player or 2?
I would probably take the bigger because even with them, I still think we're going to need more pieces. I feel like we're still going to need more pieces because the thing is, like you said, it's going to take a star caliber player to even lift us to where we need to be. Because right now, starting the season 0-5, it's we need like a high quality. That's why like if a Kyrie deal is still in the works, that's why what I mean. Because we'll need the bigger cap space to go and get like a player like that. You know what I mean, or a player of like a player that can almost carry a team without LeBron. You know what I mean? But if you have LeBron, it's just a plus at this point. You know what I mean? Because AD, I think even with AD, I do think AD is kind of his play is slowly declining. You know what I mean? And I kind of would say the same even for LeBron. So at this point, like you said, you need as much room as you can get to be able to get a player that you would need. Like I said, carry the team because right now we need we need an all-star for sure.
We do. We need some guys to kind of come in and change this up. Lonnie had a tough game. LeBron doesn't look happy. Austin Reeves looks better. He is being more aggressive. I liked Reeves today. I thought like we need this kind of Reeves more. It's so sad to see our Lakers losing. Westbrook was good in the first half, but after then he turns the ball over too much with the other players, man. Lakers suck. Yeah, Westbrook second half. Like we needed first half Westbrook the entire game, and we just didn't get that. Like and I think I don't necessarily know if we would have won the game, but I think if we got first half Westbrook the entire game, I think we would have had a better chance. I think we would have been.
And it would have came down to like a closer game, like towards like how like the Clippers game came down to where it's honestly just a couple possessions. It would have came down to that versus what we had tonight.
I'm a huge LeBron fan, but he hasn't been looking like himself. I agree. I do understand he's in his 20th season, but I think it's a fact the court is packed because the shooting struggles. Yeah, I mean that could be it. It could be a couple things. I mean LeBron was a lot more aggressive in the first half than he was the second half. Also, like we looked better in the first half than we did in the second half. And I don't know if it was just adjustments or changes or what, but it was not good.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I just feel like the game plan gets kind of changed up a little bit,
Yeah.
It looks that way to me, but
yeah, it's rough. You had an exciting talk about food earlier today and the Lakers as pets. I agree. As the season goes on, LeBron will find his groove. I hope so. I mean, it usually takes him a couple games to kind of get in the swing of things, but I don't know. We got to do something. We got to figure something out. Bad GM coaching is struggling. LeBron has cement in the shoes. Yeah, it's just not good. According as it stands, other delusional Lake fans, Lakers will be fine. I don't know. We're running out of time. I don't think it's panic mode, but it's getting there. The gauge is getting hotter. Just not enough talent on the team. I agree. LeBron isn't playing up to how we know he can play. He knows we are bad and can't win. So I feel like he maybe goes a little more relaxed just to get his stats. He's our best player by far, though. Yeah, I feel there's times where I watch him play, and it kind of seems like he's just like, I'm gonna go just chase Curry. Like it's kind of how I feel at times, like especially when the game's kind of getting away. Although I will say he didn't take a bunch of like really bad threes today, which
that's true. That's very true.
I got to give him credit for that because, like, that was my concern. And there was a couple times where it looked like he was about to do it. I was like, dude, please don't. And he like drove to the basket and got a set up. One of them was to Troy Brown that hit that big three, which I really liked. And then, just a couple other like little moments that I was like, all right, cool. Like, I like that. Because usually he's like, oh, we're down 10. Let me take 3 back-to-back step-back threes. And I'm glad he did it. He actually – I liked what I saw in that regard.
Yeah.
But I don't blame him. The team is awful. I wouldn't put 100% effort team. It sucks. Trade coming or else 0-20. I don't think – we're not going to go 0-82, but I get your point. It's rough. Jake, can you say for me, Jake from State Farm?
Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm. That's funny.
At 2:00 in the morning?
Yeah, 2 o'clock. What are you wearing, Jake? Khakis. Lane clogged every time. Now the Lakers on offense make a damn trade. I know we need to do something. Rob's got to start looking at something. He really does. He's got to start finding something.
And rumor is Jeannie's looking to sell the team too, so I'll be interested.
Yeah,
potentially.
Am is terrible. Should have taken Russ out in the fourth. But again, to put in who? Like, who is going to go in? Like that's the thing. It's like, who is he going to put in? It's like, we doing with Jamie and Jones winning game. We didn't have JTA today. We didn't have Anthony Davis. Sorry, I blanked on that. We still don't have Schroeder. We still don't have Thomas Bryant. Like what? He was going to put Kendrick Nunn in. Kendrick Nunn was not playing very good today. And he's smaller. It's just who else are we going to put in? That's my problem. We need a trade next week. If nothing happens next week, I think it's a wrap for this season. You might not be wrong, especially if we lose on Sunday. And we lose on Sunday, we might need a trade like Monday morning.
Yeah. Denver back-to-back loss.
Yeah. I don't know why he's scared to take out Westbrook. I don't think he's scared to take out Westbrook. I mean, he wasn't scared to bench him. You know what I mean? That was like a big thing last year. I just, like I said, who was he supposed to take him out for? Like there wasn't anybody to take him out for. Like I usually agree. I said even the last game they should have taken Russ out. Don't close him unless he's just balling out. Like if he's just balling out, then yeah, you got to close him. But the problem is that like he wasn't balling out, but there was nobody else that you could have put in that would have made a difference. We're missing half of our guys. We need a real center. Yeah, I think so too. I really do. I would love for the Lakers to take a look at Hassan Whiteside because you get rebounding, you get shot blocking. He may be humble because his problem is just like he's just not a great locker room guy. But yeah, I mean he doesn't have a job. So and
would you start him or have him come off the bench? Would you start him?
I would start him. I'd bring him in. Say, hey, look, we're going to start you at center. Move AD to the 4. Have like Troy Brown play the 3, LeBron play point, and then maybe Austin Reeves or
I was going to ask, is Austin Reeves capable of playing the 2?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because you could have like depending on the matchups and the lineups, you could have LeBron, like you could have like JTA, or you could have Walker, you could have whoever, Troy Brown guard the point guards with the length. Reeves could guard 2 guards or the point guard, stuff like that. Like we've seen him.
Yeah.
He could hold his own. But I do. I mean, like I've said, I would rather at this point, it's almost like I'd rather them just go big. Because like if you go big, Like, we can't shoot regardless. So who cares? Go big. Because then maybe we'll just out rebound and get offensive rebounds and get putbacks, and you got lob threats and maybe Anthony Davis. And if we do start knocking down shots, good. Like
I think people are forgetting it's okay not to be a 3-point shooting team. Like, we haven't been a 3-point shooting team in the last few years. Like, it's okay not to be a 3-point shooting team.
Even the bubble year, we weren't great from three. We shot 34%. No. It's just our defense.
It's
our
such a three-heavy. Yeah,
we had a lot of size. We had, we played great defense, which we're still playing great defense. We're still top 5 defensively.
Our defense isn't even a problem. Like, yeah,
it's not at all. It's just we can't score. We can't score the basketball, and that's where our problem.
And we need second chance points. Like, we take these bad shots. The bad shots lead to bad transition, defense, and the other teams, hauling down the court because we took a bad shot, bounces off the rim. But we need second chance points too. I feel like we had a lot of second chance points this game, but we need that on a consistent night basis. But like you said, you have to pair that with a good center. You know what I mean? So and AD's not to me a real center. He's a true natural 4. But
yeah, I agree. Sign Boogie stat. The problem with Boogie is one, he's not the same play. He's more of just a big body now. And he can't play. He's not very mobile. He can't play very long. That was the problem. Even if you watched him last year, he was great for Denver, but they only played him in little 5 to 7 minute stretches. We need somebody that can come in and play, 15 to 20 minutes a game in and game out. And that's why I would want to look at Hassan Whiteside. Sign him to a non-guaranteed, bring him in, be like, dude, we're going to have you start at the 5, let him start at the 5, and just be like, look, we just need you to play block shots and rebound, which you're best at. LeBron and everyone else will set you up and get you some lobs, but play your role and you have a spot on this team. Otherwise, we'll just cut you. And I think he would. I think he would try to fit in because, what are your other options? You're sitting at home right now. And I think he's a guy that can get you, couple blocks a game and a couple rebounds. He's always been a great rebounder and a great shot blocker. So Rudy was a savage, had 20 rebounds. Yeah, but he should have. No Anthony Davis, no Thomas Bryant, Westbrook guarding him, 90% of the game. He should have had 40. Crowd was chanting 0-5. Yeah, I don't blame him. The King looks like he was busy making babies while on vacation. He lost his window for 3 points. He hasn't been a great 3-point shooter. He turned back in rookie days, can't shoot. I think it's a 5. I feel it. LeBron and AD aren't enough to win anymore. I agree. We need to stop saying that it is in 2020 when AD is peak and we actually have solid role players. Not the case anymore. We need 3 to 4 player trade. I agree. We do need 3 or 4 player trade. We need a real center, not AD, not Jones, not Gabe. Yeah, we do. We need.
I think I was guilty of hyping up winning Gabriel in the beginning too. I don't think he's ready yet.
I don't think he's bad. He's a good high energy guy.
He's not bad, but
he was great today for the time that he played. He's not a guy that you can rely on though. He's a guy that you throw in, game in and game out for 5-10 minutes just to go be solid. But he shot 50% from the field. He had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. The dude, 2 blocks. The guy was everywhere. The guy was great today. And he did it all in 21 minutes. He really stuffed the stat sheet.
But it's also too because he got more playing time, if he's on the bench, he can't really do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Jones is supposed to be that good count on second option, first/second option, depending on what's going on with AD. But we didn't get that tonight. You know what I mean? I feel like if Jones would have played at his peak, we probably would have won this game. I think so. He did decent on the boards, but I think he had 7 rebounds. But we need the scoring.
It's rough. You don't see the negatives. We turned the ball. We did. We turned the ball. We turned the ball over a lot. It was rough. It was 22 times, right? Nunn did a lot of Nunn. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And I was so high on Nunn. And then when he was killing it in preseason, I was like, yes, see, this is why I liked him. But he just hasn't been the same. He was better today, but still not the guy I was hoping he'd be. He's still not knocking down threes at a consistent rate. He's just yeah. Um, didn't LeBron win Finals MVP a few years ago? Facts. Um, let's see. There's so many negatives: horrible shooting, no depth, no wings, no height, no turnovers, terrible offense, is sloppy and can't produce. Nunn and Jones look awful. Yeah, like I said, the problem is that I think we have too many guys playing outside of their roles. Again, I think if we could get like a 3 to 4 player trade, I think that would save and change the landscape of this team so much. Like, I don't think Buddy Hield and Miles Turner by themselves is going to save it, because we'd still have guys. We'd still need to provide guys on a heavy role. Miles Turner is still injury prone, which is a big concern. Like, yeah, he would help with the rebounding, but like if we get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, like we need to figure out another, deal, or try to get a third team to add to the Buddy Hield and Miles Turner deal, something like that. I don't know. Like, we got to do something. Turnovers is way too high to win. I agree with you, Matthias. I'm with you 100%. I missed most of this game because of work. I caught the fourth, but why the hell is LeBron playing center against Gobert down the stretch? We let this guy have 2020 because we didn't have any bigs today. Anthony Davis didn't play today, unfortunately. What's the latest on Bryant? No update. He's supposed to be out a couple weeks.
And that's another one too that I would have thought would have made a difference tonight a little bit. You know what I mean?
He would have.
Again, I'm not saying that we would have won the game because I still don't think that, but he would have made a difference. Yeah, but it's hard, with injuries. Injuries are gonna be a little rough this year.
You gonna defend Russ this time or LeBron? That was a rough game for both. Neither. I haven't defended either. Miles Turner and Hield combined for 50 points in today's game. Hield shot over 50% for 3 today. I'm not saying this will entirely fix the problem, but at least Lake Show wouldn't be a joke of the NBA. No, I mean, look, like, I wouldn't be mad. Like, if they did the deal tomorrow, I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be like, man, why did the Lakers do that? But, like, I don't think it's going to, like, I think a lot of people look at Buddy Hield and Miles Turner and go, man, if we get them, that's it. We're a contender, write it up, go to the sports book, lock it in. Lakers in 4. Like, I don't think that's going to be. I definitely think we'll be better. I don't like, if we had Buddy Hield and Miles Turner right now, I definitely don't think we're 0-5. But I don't think that we're going to be that good to where it's like, man, this is a completely different team.
But here's the thing too, they fit in, like they fit in where they're at right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily know that they're going to fit like that and be able to produce like that on the Lakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, my problem with like, I would love, like, if the Lakers could just go trade right now like, I wouldn't even mind if the Lakers gave up Patrick Beverley. Like, if we got an announcement tomorrow that the Lakers just traded Patrick Beverley for Buddy Hield, I would be all for that. But my concern is Miles Turner, because one, there's questions of how will he fit next to AD, because you got to remember, like, when he played with Sabonis, he didn't fit, which is why they ended up trading Sabonis, right?
Yeah.
So there's that concern there. The guy doesn't solve our rebounding problem, because the guy only averages 7 rebounds a game. And, and for the longest time I've heard,
we can get that out of Jones right now. You know what I mean?
I mean, seriously. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, he's not a great rebounder for being 7 feet. And, like, people have said, like, oh, well, he played next to Sabonis for that. Yeah. But even when Sabonis left, he was still only averaging 7. Like, that's who he is. Before Sabonis and after Sabonis, he's only been like a 7 to 8 rebound guy. And he's going to be playing next to Anthony Davis. So he's only going to be a 7 rebound a night guy. And then the injury concern, like, he's a guy that he gets hurt a lot. I mean, he got hurt and shoot around, like, like, that's usually not a good sign of a guy that's healthy. And, like, yeah, he looks great right now, and I do think he would play great for the Lakers. But, like, Miles Turner and Anthony Davis go down because that's just who they are. They're 2 guys that play 40 games a year.
Yeah.
Unless they're going down opposite of each other, like, we're screwed. But that's our team. We don't have any other options. We don't have any other choices. Like, and that's my concern. Like, if the Lakers, like, I love the idea of Buddy Hield. He's atrocious defensively, but we need some shooting right now. I do think even Buddy Hield, I don't think he saves the day. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we could just go get Buddy Hield for Patrick Beverley and like a pick swap or something, because if your argument for the Lakers is like, dude, we're taking on 2 years, $40 million on Buddy Hield, you're taking on $13 million that's expiring on Patrick Beverley. Like, we're not giving you a first round pick for that. So like, maybe you do a couple seconds or a pick swap or something. If you could go get Buddy Hield, then that'd be great, because then maybe you could use Russ to go get the other 3 or 4 pieces. And now you got 4 guys that completely change the landscape. I would love that. I just don't think it's going to happen. At least that. Side note, Wolves defended Russ like shooter threat this game. He did. They were guarding him out there, so he could get downhill. Yeah. Well, and also it's because he made his first 3, right? Or he was 1 of 2 from 3, like right off the bat. So I mean, when he's knocking down those threes, it helps. Russ played good until the 4th. He gave up crucial turnovers when Close stopped defending him. He needed to be better. Like I said, if we got first half Russ the entire game, I like I said, I don't necessarily think we would have won the game, but I think we would have been a lot closer. But yeah, he did. He had a lot of just crucial turnovers. Everybody, we had like to start the 4th quarter, we had like 3 or 4 straight turnovers. Russ had like 2 of those, and then who was it? Troy Brown had 1. And then we had that one where he stepped on the line. That was later in the game. That wasn't in the beginning or the beginning of the 4th.
Yeah.
But yeah, trade that works from Twitter. Lakers get McDermott, Richardson, Hield, and Portal. Spurs get Westbrook, Reeves, winning Gabriel, and 1 first 2029. Pacers get none in a first round 2027. I don't really like it. I know. I mean, should it work? Yeah, but I would rather trade Beverley than Reeves. I'd rather keep Reeves. Give up.
At this point, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I just think Reeves right now is the only guy shooting 40% for us right now. You're getting like 3 or 4 guys that can do that, but we need as many as we can get. Plus, Reeves plays really good for us on both ends. What else? Russ was beautiful off the bench, but he definitely played too much in the 4th quarter. No, I agree, but like I said, it's just like who is supposed to play over him? Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, I agree. Like, I don't think Russ should be closing out games, but this game we didn't have anybody else, and so it was like might as well just let him play. But I do like him coming off the bench. For a bench guy, for a guy that came off the bench, he was great. But we needed him to be like starting caliber Russ.
Question, because a lot of this excuse me, it doesn't really fall on AD, but like a lot, because I know they would have won this game. It's hard to say they wouldn't win this game. So this year moving forward, do you just see the injuries like being a huge piece? Like I don't know if AD is going to play a whole lot this season.
I mean, yeah, if AD's not playing at least 60 games, we're screwed. Like, we're screwed. Like,
you think he'll be healthy come playoff time? If we
I hope so. If we even make the playoffs. Yeah. But like, that's the problem. And the thing is, like, I know a lot of people want to trade Davis, but like, you can't. Like, because one, you're not going to get fair value for him right now. Like,
because the injuries now.
Yeah, because of the injuries, and just like they know, like the Lakers, everyone knows the Lakers are desperate and trying to figure something out. So you're kind of stuck with them right now. Like, so you're not going to get any pieces that are really going to save the day. You can't trade LeBron. That's always the thing. Like, just blow it up, trade LeBron, trade Davis, trade Westbrook. Problem is, you can't trade LeBron this year, even if you wanted to. Davis, like, there's no point in trading him right now. You might as well keep him right about the season. The only piece you have is Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Trade Russell Westbrook and hope get back 3 or 4 people. The only positive of Russell Westbrook is that like he has such a large contract that you don't have to take back several guys. He has such a large contract, you're gonna have to take back 3 or 4 guys. This is very disappointing that has me almost desensitized with the Lakers this year. I always be a fan with whoever Lakers go. But man, this one sucks. I agree. I'm with you. I mean, I'm always going to ride for the Lakers, but they tough.
Yeah.
Remember when you said this team was as good as the bubble team? On paper, they are. They still are on paper. They just not playing like it. Positive is they can go for the lottery. They can't. They don't own the draft pick. The Pelicans do. Cat turned into the greatest shooting big man ever in that third quarter. He was lights out. That flat shot. Is this LeBron's last year on his? No, he just signed an extension this season. He's got at least minimum 2 more years. Kendrick got to stick to floaters and get into the paint. Get back his confidence. He can penetrate and get space. I agree. He was getting in there and getting a couple of those nice little floaters.
But he can shoot though. Like it's spotty, but he can shoot.
He's just not hitting it right now. He can shoot. I mean, the dude's 38% 3-point shooter for his career. So like we know he can
it's
shoot.
Not that he can't shoot. It's just
he's just not knocking it down, and it's rough. How did we out rebound the Timberwolves? Though I know I didn't feel like it. They should have had us on that with a huge elite front court. No, I agree. But the thing we talked about it earlier, they team rebound so well today. Like if we team rebound like we did today with AD and everybody, we could be a good rebounding team. Like we shouldn't be like everybody was crashing the boards and going after the rebound. And we were.
But why is that though? It's
because we didn't have AD.
Exactly. Everybody's like, well. But that's your point. And you made a great point on the other stream. Is the thing is like if that's your mindset, like everybody needs to crash the boards, we'll be fine.
Yeah,
we'll be fine on the boards. But it's I feel like Darvin Ham was like, hey, no AD, no AD, like tonight, guys. So like,
they teach that in elementary school. But real quick, speaking of the other stream, real quick before we continue on, we'll go for a couple more, power through as many questions as we can. Before we get on out of here. But obviously, if you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button. Help get those likes up on the stream. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. But also, what he was talking about, the other stream Jake was referencing, is we have a stream together that we do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Jake also posts clips on that channel. It's called As It Stands, The Lakers Show. I know many of you are subscribed to that channel, but if you're not subscribed to that channel, go subscribe to that channel too. Link in the description. Again, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do live streams, 7 p.m. Eastern time or Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. But we thought we'd do it on here today and get some clips up over there to kind of hopefully grow some new subscribers over there. So again, go on over to that channel, subscribe to that channel, subscribe to this channel. We're really climbing here. We're at 5239. Can we get to 5245? I'm sure there's 6 of you that aren't subscribed right now. Let's do that.
Hit that subscribe button.
That's right. I don't know if my mental health can take 77 more. I feel it. 77 more games. This has been so damn painful, man. I'm with you. I feel it. Turnovers. Hard to watch. I am with you. I can see Vogel smiling. See, not so easy, is it? Yeah. He's probably all excited. Like,
oh, Frank? Yeah, he's probably happy.
Bro, Pelinka let Monk leave us. He didn't let Monk leave us. Monk left because he got offered a bunch of money by the Kings that we couldn't have paid him even if we wanted to. The most we could have given Monk was like $6 million, $7 million, something like that. And he got like $12 million. No trade in this case is going to equal another disaster season. You must not see LeBron slowing down. Look, like I said, the right trade would help a lot, and LeBron, I don't think LeBron's slowing down. I just think he's looking at what's the point of killing myself for when we can't win a game.
I'm telling you that's why we need Mr. Irving, because I feel like he just elevates his play with him because those two work so well.
They do
at times, but I feel like I really do feel like those two bring out the best in each other. The reason Kyrie and KD may not work is because whatever Kyrie and LeBron have, that's not there. You know what I mean? And it's that and a few other things, but that's why I feel like
they're similar. They're similar they're more KD and Kyrie are more similar than LeBron and Kyrie are. Like LeBron is like everything Kyrie's not, and Kyrie is like everything that LeBron is not. Where KD and Kyrie are basically the same guy. It's just 7 feet. Like that's the only difference.
Ultimate scorers, and you just don't have like the shooting consistency and capability
You
in
don't have that leader.
Kyrie.
You don't have that guy that can kind of put it all together. You know,
and that's why Kyrie couldn't take the Cavs to a championship, because he's not that, like you said, leader. The team get on my back, and I feel like you just need it on a team, no matter who it is. You just need that, like you can't really, and that's why I feel like Trae Young, like there's a few instances of it where like there's a really great player, but they don't have that leadership. Like, all right, like guys, all like whole team on me, like let's just go and just take them and just like pull them across the the championship. So I just
surely Buddy stock is rising. I agree. At some point, the Pacers might try to leverage him and Turner for Ayton. They wanted Ayton this offseason. The Suns wanted to get off Ayton. Yeah, but a couple things about that. I mean, you may be right. One, they can't trade Ayton till January, I believe. I think it's like January 6th or something like that, which might not be the end of the world for the trade deadline. But Ayton has full veto power. So does he really want to go to the Pacers? That's something else too. So, like, let's say the Suns work out a deal right now or will come the time he could be traded. Say they work out a deal. If DeAndre Ayton says, I don't want to go to the Pacers, then that's it. Like they can't trade him. He has veto power for the entire season. Now he was willing to sign the max money for that, but that might have just been because that was the only offer, take the offer, get your money, so it's just that could be, so that's something just to keep in mind. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen. Very well might happen, but just something to keep, and I at least in a thought. How does Rob not see that this team needs help? I agree. We need a trade now. With this current team, by 20 games, we'll be 5-15 at best. I just can't take 20 more games. I'm with you, Snorlax. We need a trade. We do. We got to. We got to do something. We got to do something. So we looking forward to next season. I don't know. It depends on what happens. If something happens anytime soon, I just want to wake up Monday morning, because I don't think they're going to do anything this weekend. But I just want to wake up Monday morning to see a trade. Like even if it goes to shit, I just want that day of maybe it's turning around.
Right. Just some glimmer of hope.
Yeah, even if the trade ends up being dog shit, just so we can say it's a new day. It's a new day in Lakerland. I don't know. We got to do something. But I don't know. He's not going to go play with the word. Lonnie is my favorite player, but don't pass it to him unless he's wide open for three. He needs to develop a three-point shot in practice. He's the most athletic player on the Lakers team. Today he wasn't good. Yeah, he wasn't great. But I like him. Again, the problem is we need him to be our third best player, and he shouldn't be. He should be our, fourth or fifth best player.
Yeah.
If he was coming off the bench for us, he'd be great. Perfect. Because if he's giving us 15 a game, like he's averaging so far, perfect. That's what we need. But, then he has games like today, and the problem is we need him so bad when he has games like today, we're shit. But, if he's off the bench, then now we don't need, if he has a game like this today, it's okay, it's not the end of the world. We can still weather it because he's our fifth or sixth best guy rather than the third,
Yeah.
So I'd rather be garbage this season and potentially be really good next season than just average this season next. See, that's my biggest concern. Before I'm with you on that. My biggest concern is the Lakers do a trade just to do a trade, and it doesn't work out. Like I said, the grass isn't always greener. And if we do a trade, that's it. True. We're screwed. And that's my problem. Let's say right now, we wake up tomorrow morning and Buddy Hield and Miles Turner are traded to the Lakers. If that doesn't work, we're screwed, because this is our team for the next 3 to 4 years. And that's the big thing that people need to be prepared for.
Because all of our cap space is tied up.
All of our cap space is tied up. We got to pay Miles Turner, and he wants $20+ million, and he's not a $20+ million guy. Does he fit? Does he work? All that stuff. Are we good enough? Like, it's tough. It's one of those things. It is. It's rough. Please like, share, and subscribe. That is right. Thank you so much, Emily. I appreciate that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Can I get 5 more subs? I know there's 5 of you out there that aren't subscribed. I know that you are. So subscribe to the channel. I need you to subscribe to the channel. And then also, again, in the description of this video is the link to mine and Jake's stream that we do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Go on over there. Subscribe to that channel also. We'd really appreciate that. We're trying to grow that channel over there. We're almost at, 2,600 subscribers, something like that. So go subscribe over there. That would be just beautiful. And then, of course, subscribe over here, like this video, all of that stuff. You guys are awesome. Kisses.
Absolutely.
Imagine how the Lakers helped the Pelicans take Victor. Dude, if the Pelicans get Victor, you're gonna see me have an epic meltdown and rant on this stream.
I will cry.
What was the day you got canceled off the internet? Victor Wembanyama went to the Pelicans. And I lost my shit on a live stream. Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. It's dangerous.
Lineup of Dennis, Buddy, Braun, AD, Turner would be good. It would be solid. I don't know how AD and Turner are going to work. 1, together on the court. 2, health wise. But
I know two. I'm sorry. Two of our big men. Two of our big men have like health issues. Like, no.
Yeah, both your center and power forward only play 40 games a year. That's usually.
We're gonna be in the same position we are now, just relying on Jones to give us 7 rebounds.
Like right now, we have ways out. But if that happens, like if we get Miles Turner and he gets hurt, we're stuck.
Winning Gabriel, but hit the practice court like now. Him and Jones. Yeah.
This team is trash. Any trade is better than keeping this team. I wouldn't say that.
That's not true. That's not true.
You never know. I know it's frustrating. I know it sucks. But, again, you want to do a bad trade. Because here's the problem. A lot of people that feel this way, and it's not just you, Ty, but because I get this comment a lot. A lot of people that feel this way, if the Lakers did a trade and it doesn't work out, all those same people are going to say, why did Rob Pelinka do that? That was stupid. We should have just wrote it out. Like, whatever. That's the thing. Again, we're stuck. Pelinka sucks, bro. Admit it. He can't manage our roster. He's not managing our roster. That's the coach's job. He should have planned ahead so we can keep our good players. You already know Pelinka is going to let Austin Reeves leave us. Plan ahead. I don't know. Like, there's salary and all kinds of stuff. Like, there's a lot of things that go into that. It's not that simple. Not to worry if the 3 don't get to play together because of injuries. Just bring them back at 3 back again next year. Sincerely, Genie Bus. Pelinka has let all of our players we drafted walk away from us, including Julius Randle. We all the guys that we got rid of, we all did for a reason. Like, we had to let Julius Randle go so we could go and clear up cap space. That ultimately led to like Anthony Davis and that bubble team. And then we traded all the other guys we got drafted to get Anthony Davis. Alex Caruso wasn't worth the money. And, there's a lot of things that go into it. We'd be 4-1 at best, 3-2 at worst. If we had just average shooting, I agree. Even slightly below average. And I don't think that's crazy to say. I don't think so either. I don't either. I mean, look, we could have – this was a game that – I think if we had AD this game, we would have won. So, I mean, let's say we could have won this game. We should have beaten the Blazers. We could have beaten the Clippers. So there's
should have beaten the Clippers for sure.
Too, Warriors, depending on if we were knocking down shots in the first half, that could have been a completely different game. I'm not completely against you. Pelinka is a trash GM. He built the worst roster possible, and after seeing last season's mess, he only made it worse. Way to go. He is only positive last season signing LeBron and AD. He didn't make this roster is better than last year's roster. I mean, our roster last year was bottom in offense and defense. At least we're a top 3 defense right now. This team is way better than it was last year. We just can't can't throw a penny in the ocean, as LeBron said. And secondly, this again, there were only so many guys we could sign this free agency was terrible. Sorry, what were we gonna say?
No. I think he's kind of had to do the best he could with the situation, and he must be doing something because Genie and the front office, he just got an extension. So like, I mean, you know what I mean? I don't think he's doing something that they like. So
It's sad to see Ham taking some heat for an 0-5 record too. Same way Vogel did. Sure, they make some mistakes, but it's a shit show of the roster and could possibly possible to coach. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Darvin Ham's done a good job getting these guys to buy in. It's not his fault guys aren't hitting shots. He can only control what he can control.
This is one of those situations where we can't blame our coach. You know what I mean? It's not our coach's fault.
The fans need to give LeBron their energy so he can use the spirit bomb. At this point, we do. We need to. LeBron's got to
spirit bomb. I was gonna say, is that a Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, lend me your energy. We need some. I don't know. We need something for real. But I'm so glad this team is losing the media reports on Lakers all day. I love this LeBron. Us trash too. Stop blaming everything on Westbrook. It's not just Westbrook. It's a combination of things. LeBron spent $2 million on his body. Father Time is in the same shopping line, spending $2 million on his body. I guess they're both could be. I mean, it's just like the commercials that are going around.
Yeah.
You know, like LeBron doing the Father Time commercials. Who's the best free throw shooter on the Lakers? It's a good question. I don't know. That's tough. I don't know. Probably.
I can't even answer. I don't even know. I was just about to say Reeves.
Yeah. I know it's sad. It's sad. We can't fully judge this team until Anthony Davis is back. That's great. When you're right, you're right. All right, try to find some of those. To your point about going big, I agree. In the bubble, we had bad shooting nights. We resorted to height, defense, rebound, etc. We got out on the break, had luck down, paint the D, rebound. Yeah, I agree. I think, like, we might as well. I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? Like, what do you have to lose? Might as well try to do something. Like, shake it up somehow. What's going on, Austin? I appreciate you being here. I can slowly see the Jazz beating on the Lakers as well at this rate. Dude, the Jazz for whatever reason are like a title contender this season. They look great. They just keep winning. Lakers could use that bench center for the Mavs, Christian Wood or whatever. Dude, I wanted Christian Wood so badly on the Lakers. Like I would have loved Christian Wood and Anthony Davis on the same team. Dallas got him for like peanuts. I was so upset. Let's see. Another bad thing with taking so many threes is that the long rebounds, yes, are common with longer range shots. So you're taking so many threes, a lot of rebounds. With longer rebounds, it's easier for teams to get out transition. Very true. Also, offensive rebounds are even harder. We haven't been great on rebounding teams so far. On top of that, rebounding is even worse. Yeah, it does. It makes it hard.
That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, it
is tough. Sign Whiteside and start him at 5. Then when AD returns, have both of them have an in-game shot blocking contest, each 2 blocks minimum. I think you could start. I think you go sign Whiteside, like I said. Sign Whiteside, bring him in, have him and Anthony Davis play the 4 and the 5, and just go big. Because at least, like I said, with Hassan Whiteside, at least you get shot blocking and you get rebounding.
Yeah,
there are 2 things you're guaranteed to get, and the Lakers really need both of those. The bench was better. Hopefully, when AD comes back, they keep it up. Yeah, the bench was better. I mean, this team looked pretty good in a lot of areas that we haven't lately. If we can take the goods of this game and continue that when AD gets back, I think we may be able to turn some things around. I'm sorry the Lakers are trash, but what about my Seahawks? Not bass related, but the NFC West is wide open. Very true. Very true. They just keep waiting. Yeah, Seahawks are very impressive. They are. Is Jake Mima getting it?
Mima because we lost.
This season is going to get even worse. Imagine losing at all the good teams and letting the sorry teams beat us. 20-win team this season. We're not going to be a 20-win team this season. 80 will continue to miss more games. No, we'll win more than 20 games. But The rate is going. It might not be much more. I'm not even biased because they're my team, but Seahawks have one of the most entertaining, in my opinion. They have been. They've been great. I love watching Seahawks.
Yeah. I still miss the days of like the Legion of Boom though. That was just fun to watch.
Yeah.
With like Richard Sherman and those guys.
Yeah. Thoughts on Josh Primo? I know the Spurs just waived him, but apparently I didn't really actually like look into it yet, but apparently it was for like a mental health thing. Like I guess he released a statement saying that he's gonna spend some time working on his mental health. So I think it's just something personal with him. You know, I wish him all the best. I hope he gets better and gets like his mind right and stuff. But it doesn't look like I don't think the Spurs wanted to waive him. I think it was just one of those things where it was like he wanted out and they were like, all right, fine. So they waived him. We're not looking good whatsoever. Yeah, agreed. Josh Primo is taking time off for mental health. Yeah, exactly. Our Stinking City needs to trade Bron, AD, and Russ and look at the future. You can't, even if they wanted to. Super glad praise it. Sorry, trying to find something else. All right, we'll power through a couple more things and then we'll get on out of here. Because I know it's getting later where you're at. It's like almost 11. Should we have signed Sheet as assistant coach, toughen up AD, always damage? I don't think it, Rambo. I don't think it really would have made a difference. Maybe it would have been interesting, but should change your background to the brick wall to the Lakers start hitting shots. I know we'll change it to the bricks. There you go. This is what they deserve. This is what the Lakers deserve. You did this, Lakers. I want to keep Pat Bev. I do too, but if we could get the thing with Pat Bev is our only sizable contract outside of Russell Westbrook. So I mean, if we could turn Pat Bev into a more proven 3-and-D guy right now, I think you got it.
Just a solid guy off the bench, though. I no longer believe that we can start. If we have the better players, I don't want to start Pat Bev. If we have
Pat Bev just isn't. He's not playing the way we need him to.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be for the right deal. The problem is, like I said, I don't think you're going to get what you need for Anthony Davis. Let's see. Lakers played more of Matt Ryan. I'm saying that they got to play Matt Ryan more. Problem is, he can't rely on him. New Twilight Zone, Westbrook drives past a radioactivity facility and mysteriously becomes a 40% three-point shooter. We need that. Somebody go drive him around. Somebody go drive him around a radioactivity 0-5 type of roster. But no,
that's great. That's great.
Rough,
oh, man.
Pacers deal, please. Buddy held him out. I agree that they look great tonight, but I still don't think they solved the problem. Like I said, Devon, I'm not against them making the trade. Like if they made the trade, I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not going to get on here and be like, oh, I can't believe they did that, blah, 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 blah. But I just don't think that they're going to save the day the way that people think. Will we be better? Sure. But I don't think it's not going to save the day. Since we are bad, the Lakers need to think about getting what they can for LeBron, AD, and Russ next summer. I wouldn't really put it past them. Problem is what team is going to trade for LeBron? You know what I mean? Because he's 40, and even if he's playing at a high level, he's not going to want to go to a bad team. So now you're talking a contending team, and so what contending team is going to give up anything of value for LeBron James?
Because I think that they would digress as it hurts to kind of say that about such a great player and arguably one of the best of all time. Well, not arguably, but one of the best of all time. I think they would digress, and I just like you said, a contending team. Let's say he were to go to he would never, but let's say he were to go to Boston or somebody. It's not a good, it's not a good fit.
Yeah. What an actual coach. Nets should be a top 4 seed. I'm glad they don't have an actual coach because maybe they'll panic and just trade Kyrie. I hate it seems a lot of players. We could have traded for seem to be playing so well right now, like Buddy, Miles, and Ball. I agree, yeah, but we know how that goes. Like if we went and traded for all three of those guys right now, they probably all play like shit because they're on the Lakers now. Like it happens all the time. You see all these guys, they leave the Lakers and they go to another team and they're great, or they come from another team and play great, come to the Lakers and they play terrible. Like we see it all the time.
Oh yeah, but
Do
you think it's a LeBron thing or it's a Lakers thing for sure? But like,
I mean, it's a Lakers thing, period, because it's happened for even before
Yeah.
LeBron. Will Sacramento or the Lakers win a first game? Who does Sacramento play tomorrow? I think the Lakers. Call me crazy. Lakers win their first. Lakers are going to beat Denver on Sunday.
I want them to.
I don't think Sacramento beats Miami, so I'm going to say the Lakers. I think the Lakers beat Denver on Sunday. I do. I really do. We'll see. Hopefully, when we do the post game stream, people aren't like, "Oh, look, you said that. You're stupid." Like, we'll see. Hopefully, I'm right, but I do. I think they're going to beat Denver. Zion, Bi, Wimba, CT about to tear up the league. Get your facts. Oh man, please don't let that happen.
CJ McCall.
LeBron signed that extension for no reason. I don't think it was no reason. I mean, did it for money and everything. Yeah, $50 million a year exactly. Lakers have all their picks. There's a thing called the step-in rule. They can't trade their other picks until next season. No, so you're right. There's this step-in rule, but the Pelicans have pick swap rights. So the Pelicans get to choose which pick they want. So if the Lakers, let's say the Lakers end up winning the number one pick in the draft, the Pelicans get to say, we'll take that pick and we'll give you ours. So that is why everyone is saying that they could end up with Victor Wembanyama.
Could you imagine that? Oh, that would hurt. That would hurt the soul.
It would hurt.
Like,
yeah, I don't know what it is. What are the odds that you give the LA pulls off Charlotte trade, and which trade do you see most likely happening if we keep losing? Then not sure the Lakers can wait till Thanksgiving. I think at this point, I think the most likely trade to happen is the probably the Pacers trade right now, just because I think that's the only one that's like actually on the table, and I could see the Lakers panicking and saying like, let's go do that trade. So
yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be shocked at all. I'm not saying that this will happen, so don't quote me on it. But I wouldn't be shocked at all if on Monday we wake up Monday morning and the Lakers traded for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. Like, I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Are you saying if we lose to Denver or we don't lose to Denver?
Yeah, if we lose to Denver on Sunday, yeah. If we lose to Denver on Sunday,
do you think there's
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked either way. But I think if we lose on Sunday, I could see the Lakers calling – I can see Rob Pelinka calling the Pacers and saying, all right, we'll do the deal. Like, because at that point you're 0-6. Like, you can't play any more games. You can't. Like, you gotta do something. You gotta make a trade. And so I think that deal is the most likely to trade to pull off. The Charlotte trade, if we could wait till the trade deadline, I think that's very likely. Any of the trades will slightly improve us, but won't move the needle. And that's my problem. That's my concern is that, like, I don't think any trade that is being rumored out there right now is going to just like turn this team around and make us like a bona fide contender. I think they make us better, but I don't think but I mean, you never know. Chemistry, schemes, all that stuff could help a lot. Pelinka should have done his job, not let LeBron and AD play GM. LeBron completely screwed this team in the future, yeah. But like I said, I don't really blame Pelinka for that. I mean, every GM in the league would have done that. I mean, look at all the power that players have today. Look what the Nets did for Kyrie. And,
Kevin you got Durant. LeBron on your team. Of course, you're going to ask LeBron, LeBron, we're thinking about doing this. We want your opinion.
He was going into a contract year, so you want him to stay. And it's just, I know it's easy to say like he should have never have done that. Pelinka should have been the GM when he is the GM. But when your two superstars come to you and say, "Hey, we want you to go get Russell Westbrook instead of doing the Buddy Hield trade and getting DeMar DeRozan," like it's one of those things. Like, you do it. I don't think there's a team in the league that wouldn't have done it. Like,
Yeah.
if you had
Would have
LeBron James,
loved DeMar.
yeah, I would have loved Lamar too. LeBron should have known about Westbrook from 2012, 2020. What would make him think otherwise? I mean, Westbrook was coming off of a great year. I mean, he averaged a triple double, put up 22 points. He was great. Him and Bradley Beal basically single handedly like took the Wizards to the playoffs. And LeBron's wanted to play off the ball since he came to the Lakers. Like, he doesn't want to play point guard. He didn't want to play point guard in Miami. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was literally an interview where LeBron was like bitching about having to play point guard. And he's like, I'm not a point guard. Like, don't like it's just that's not. He doesn't want to play point guard. He wants to play off the ball. The problem is he's so ball dominant he can't play off the ball. Like, and that's
It's
the thing.
because everybody but that's the thing. When you're on the court, if you're LeBron, everybody looks to LeBron to either save the day, to LeBron to go get a bucket, and that's why I truly feel like the teams that he's been on, he's had players that, like, whether LeBron's on the court or not, they're the people who are going to go get you the bucket. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, yeah, we have AD, but like, I don't know, and that's why I stress so heavy on Kyrie. Is because, like, Kyrie's like, hey, like, he plays well with LeBron, but he's not looking to LeBron to save the team. Like, Kyrie's like, I'm gonna go get us a bucket. You know what I mean? It just, if we need a bucket, you know what I mean? Yeah, LeBron's smart. He makes smart decision plays. But like, and that's the thing. I just think that, like, everybody wants LeBron to do everything. When he's on your team, you just look for him to kind of do everything. And that's why I think a lot of teams, like, their productivity fails. Like, I just don't. He just, like you
He
said,
is
he's
the
so ball
system.
dominant, and he sucks up. Another thing is too, when he comes to your organization, he changes the entire organization. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, if you add him to your team, it's going to be hard for another team to actually want him, because you have to change your entire framework to fit him, because that he is instantly the best player on your team. But we're getting into the years where that might not necessarily be the discussion on certain teams or certain players. So.
All right, let's do a couple more questions and then we're leaving. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Again, I need 4 more subscribers here on this channel. I know there's 4 of you that aren't subscribed. Don't believe somebody else will subscribe. I want you to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Help me get that subscriber count up. Also, in the description is a link to mine and Jake's channel. As it stands, the Lakers show. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do a live stream over there. So make sure you check that out. Go subscribe to that channel. Again, link in the description. And subscribe to the channel here. Hit that big red button. Danny Ainge is an idiot. His tanking plan backfired. I agree. Now he's got a contending team. That's what you get for holding up biasly against the Lakers. Yeah. I if I'm the Lakers, I'm telling him to shove sand. Like, there's all the reports that he wants to talk to the Lakers again. I'd be like, tough. Sucks. They should put Pat Bev at center. I might as well experiment at spot, right? Anything is better than nothing. LeBron needs to get the record and retire. At times, it does feel like that's what he's doing. LeBron needs to get the hell out of LA. They can't trade him even if they wanted to. And about Josh Primo, signing with the Lakers will make his mental health even worse. Jokes aside, hope he's all good and comes back strong. No, I agree. You're not wrong. I'll see you later, Austin. Go grind that Modern Warfare. LeBron and AD need shooters around them. Just get a ridiculous 0-5, and we the new Kings. I know it's rough right now. Well, can't be traded even if he wanted to be traded next year though. Yeah, LeBron. Yes, very true. Sean coming in hot with $2 super chat. Thanks so much. How do y'all see this playing out? I'm assuming you mean like the rest of the season. Like, what is it? I think if we lose on Sunday, Rob Pelinka calls the Pacers and does the Pacers trade. That would be my guess. Because he knows that the Pacers will do it for 2 firsts. I think if they start 0-6, I think he just says, "All right, it's time to trade." I do. I really do. I think that's what ends up happening. That'd be my guess. What about you?
I would agree. At this rate right now, if we don't trade, I don't see us making the playoffs.
At this rate,
I mean, yeah, like, this is not a Cinderella story. So, like, again, I don't see us making the playoffs. Now, if we do a trade, if it's the right trade, yeah, call it the Buddy Hield. If the Hornets trade could happen, but if it's the right trade, I could see us making the play-in And I know that's a big digress from where I was, but I've seen 5 games already, so it's kind of hard to keep the same opinion. But yeah, that's what I see. I see, like I said, if we do the trade, then we'll make, probably play in. We'll get to the play in at least. But then if we don't, then I don't see us in the playoffs. I mean, as much as I would like us to, yeah.
Well, that's fair. Trade again. Thank you so much, Sean. Really appreciate that. Trade Westbrook and 1 first, second for Josh Richardson, McDermott, 21 million trade exception. Use that exception of 29 first for turn away Ryan Bryant. So I mean, it just comes down to if they one, they'd be willing to do 1 first. Because you got to keep in mind they're giving you Josh Richardson, McDermott, and a 21 million trade exception. If the Spurs are willing to do 1 first possible, I kind of been breaking down and going into all like the possible 3-team trades here on the channel, but it's just, it's tough. It's realistically probably not going to happen. If we go 0-6, we have to do a trade. I agree. I think we wake up immediately Monday morning, do a trade. Hello, who's this? Charlotte. Yeah. To me, LeBron can play better off the ball. We don't have a point guard like Kyrie for LeBron to play off the ball. Yeah, I think if the right player, we could. Thanks, guys, for the solid stream. Of course. Thank you so much for being here. And that's it. We're at the end of the stream. So, again, thank you all so very much for hanging out with us. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Again, link in the description is to mine and Jake's streams that we do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And that channel, go subscribe to that channel also. Don't forget to like the video on the stream. Any parting words, Jake, before we get on out of here?
No, it was fun. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. Let's go beat Denver on Sunday.
I know, we need it. We need it badly. But yeah, so anyway, again, appreciate all of you. Thank you all so